So I'm going to do my best to talk about what I think of the game and all that nature. So, alright, Bloodborne has officially came out for the States. So yes, it's a holy chalice in the old town of blah 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 blah. So Bloodborne has several fragments of flavor to it. It has a little bit more of a quicker action base to it. And it also has a strategic style to it, like Demon, I almost said Monster Hunter. Demon's Souls and Dark Souls all had in common, including Dark Souls 2. But this one, again, is just much more frantic than those installments. And on top of that, it has a slightly altered combat system, where it's not quite far off the path, it's still intact. So I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit deep into the game. Spoilers, everything dies. So, alright. The game so far to me feels like a fresh coat of paint on the same classic car. Where if you really like that car, you like driving it around, you just like the look of it, then you're practically going to be very comfortable with this game off the bat. If you're a veteran of the series, you're probably going to find this a little bit more easier than the previous games. And you're thinking to yourself, what, huh? Yeah, I'll show you in a moment. Like, I'll explain it as I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'll be quiet and pausing and very collective of everything I say, because I'm just obviously going to be trying to focus, so bear that in mind while I'm doing this gameplay slash my opinions and all that stuff. So, alright. One of the downsides to this game is its load times. Like, they're horrendous. Like, if you die, it takes an eternity for it to load in. I mean, obviously, if you have an SSD or whatever, that's not a big problem. But it is a problem. It's otherwise, because people who do not have the money to get a SSD are left out in the dark here. I mean, I understand because there's a lot of shit to process, but that's still a lot of shit to process they could have fractionalized, or at least thought of, prior to release. Now, this is only the few problems I see with this game. That's it. There's really no other problems. I mean, you know, it has a classic punishment system, which I don't have a problem with, period. I kind of like it. It's a very big time throwback to old school game. Those guys poison. Don't really need to bother with them, so I'm going to go ahead and drop down here. I'm going to drop down here. Now, it has a lot of exploration, very similar to games such as Metroid and Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. List goes on. Honky door and touch my nipples. So we're going to go down here a little bit and find some trouble. I think I got stuck here last night too. As you can see, it's a little quicker. I mean, it's not too far off. I mean, it's still very familiar, but a little bit of a departure. I mean, you got this alternating weapon system too, where you can have different weapons. I got this weapon here from a drop from some exploration through finding some secret weapons. This is, I think, the same one you would start off with as well. I can't remember the exact name of the original version of this, but you could single-hand it as well as still use your rifle here, your pistol, depending what you picked with. I was going to pick the the Breshek. I think it's called Breshek? Can't remember. The shotgun. This is the pistol. It has very short range. It's not really super handy. The inventory system is real time, so take that in mind when you're playing this. You can have different kinds of weapons. You can choose that, or you can choose that. There's no weight system either, so you can equip as much as you want, because obviously there's a limit to how much you can actually equip via inventory system here. So as soon as you fill those up, you can't fill it up anymore. And another cool feature, which I'll show you this, is these. Now you're asking, what the holy hell are those? Simple. They are... Ooh. Ooh. It has a crafting system where you can upgrade your weapons. So for example, this one right here is a +3. It has some sockets in there too, so you can actually socket weapons as you upgrade them, which is fantastic. Now I think I'm missing a socket for the last tier, so either way. Also the weapons, or the gear, should I say, or the equipment that you can equip it throughout the game, have really no true significance other than, you know, you can see right down there it has better slow poison resist. That's not too important, and I kind of like that axe. I'm going to switch back to it. There we go. Now how I'm doing this is using the directional pads left and right. Now the combat system is simple. I'm going to show this real quick before I leave, because I'm not going to try to explain this while I'm fighting a monster, because I'll get totally fucked up and die. Basically, you shoot like that with the R2. And with the L1, I was able to make my weapon bigger. So in this case, it made it huge. Halberd, or a great axe. Now, soft attacks, or gentle attacks, is R1. And heavy attacks is R2. Now, you see right there, I took a heavy swing because I was holding in the R2 button. And that allows me to have a greater strike. Now, which is pretty cool. I like that feature a lot. One of the things I do not like so far, and this is just a minor complication with it, is that the matchmaking system in this game sucks. It does not work at all. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, throughout the game, you get, or eventually throughout the game, should I say, you get a bell called the Beckoning Bell. Now with that, you can supposedly summon players and they can come and help you, and I have yet to see anyone join my game or find or be able to, because either because the game is very fresh, very new, it's hard for them to figure that out, or they haven't got the bell required to let them join yet. I'm thinking that's probably the reason. But as you can see at the top right of my screen here, you'll see an eyeball, which that right there is insight. Insight is required to allow people to summon into your game. Now, with that beared in mind, how the hell are they going to join if they can't join in the first place? So you end up burning those, trying to figure out, hey, wait a minute, I'm supposed to... Because you have to use insight in order for people to join your game, which I think is sort of a bad mechanic. I mean, if it works quite well for Dark Souls... I mean, I understand they're trying to depart from Dark Souls, but it's sort of like you're punishing the player for trying a mechanic that you implement into the game, and people can't use it correctly. You end up making them waste their charges, at least until they get into the chalice thing there and be able to... The hell happened here? Oh, that's some other player who got killed. Lol. Supposed to be two wolves in here. Right there. I am gonna get fucked up. Oh my god, I'm talking. It's fucking me up. Cool, he died. I thought he was still alive. He was moving. But yeah, those guys give you some pretty I'm gonna try ringing the bell right now to show you, and of course to correct my error if it's fixed now. But anyways, that was what it says. Be aware of the unknown thing. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and press X, I'm sorry, yeah, the square button. Nothing. Now the bell disactivates as soon as you die. So if you die, you ain't getting your bell, or you're losing your charge. Yep, there's a wolf right there. The other one, or that demon over there, that hooded demon, I think they nickname it, is not going to do shit, so I can sit here for a moment and do my thing. Come to daddy. You die. There's no ducking in this game, but they are, or they have, should I say, improved the running mechanics. So it's actually quite nice. Oh, shut up over there. I'm going to kill you now. Now, another cool feature, I'll show you this real quick, is you can use your own blood to make bullets. Now, my character's not built for ranged abilities. Oh! But you can see right there, I was able to get bullets out of thin air. You can see that one counter there by my bullets, meaning I got blood bullets. Blood is like currency in this game. I know that's not a bug, those monsters' heads literally do... Oops. I wasn't paying attention to my HP. Now I'm using the quick... There we go. Now to activate this, you press the touch button. I'm showing you a tutorial here, like I don't give a shit. But no, I'm explaining everything I possibly can from the top of my head here. So, you basically have personal effects, such as this, and it's very important to be able to access stuff like an antidote or whatever else, especially the areas like this, because if you can't, you're shit out of luck. So I'm going to go over here and check, see if there's anything important. Oh, it's just someone got rocked. I don't know why I just did that just now, but alright, let's continue on. Okay. Oh. I did not even think to come over here. Okay, I'm gonna focus a little bit, so if I go quiet, just observe the atmosphere. Really? Get that little ounce of life left? Let this, yeah, the bell ring my ass. Let's see if it works. Oh, you sneaky motherfucker. Alright, that was clever. That was clever. Yeah, the atmosphere in this game is Victorian, as you can probably already kind of guess. through the grapevine, I'm thinking this monster's probably gonna whip my ass. So for the sake of entertainment, I'm gonna let you guys watch it get my ass beat. Good shaka. Yep. Big area. Oh, sweet baby Jeebus. What did I get myself into? Okay, enjoy. Spoilers, I die. Yep, I fucked up. I should have just kept on moving. See, I'd probably need a ranged attack, I would say, because it'd be a whole lot easier. Now, the online feature, at least for playing other people, I've not seen anyone either volunteer to join, or I've not seen anyone join at all, which is sort of a shitty thing, because it's like, if you have a mechanic it doesn't work, what the fuck? So by the time people are already done with the game, they have not used that feature at all, so therefore it becomes redundant to even use. So, what can you do? So, with that bearing in mind, this is Bloodborne. And my first impressions are very positive. I think the game is pretty damn great. Now, some people are going to bitch, say, oh, the game's too hard, it's bad. Whatever, I don't care. If you think the game's bad because it's hard, that isn't really the problem. The game's a little bit more easier, especially if you played previous games in the installment. That, of course, cannot be any sort of bias because it's just straight up. If you've played these type of games, you become very familiar with them, so therefore it's not so bad. If not, it has an even pace of challenge and reward. Now, it does not rely heavily on you finding special super duper weapons, at least not yet. I'm assuming that if you go through chalice missions, then you're able to find said items. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay and my thoughts of this game. Pretty fun. Mechanics are blast to use. Everything handles pretty well. So